What's up, everybody? Jason from Straight Edge Knives, Straight Edge Lights and Gear. Good morning. It is the first day of this survival class. We just got up, or I did anyway. It's like 7 in the morning. We're out here at this campground here in the Everglades. So if you haven't figured it out by now, I am going to break this video series up into parts because it would be entirely way too long. So this is day one. Let's get it started. So let me flip you around, show you guys what we're working here with here. So right here is going to be the demonstration presentation area that Walter is going to use. He's going to utilize a bunch of various methods to show us and teach us the different things where we'll be practicing them. We'll also be coming over here to the tables and working. This is our nice big fire pit area. We'll be working on our fire making skills. Got a lot of stuff. This is where we're camping at. These cars won't be here in a little bit. We got in late last night and had to try to get everything set up. So if you guys didn't see me setting up my tent and stuff, that's why. It was just entirely way too dark. But walk over here. This is my little tent set up. This is the little 2-man tent my buddy let me use. Worked out very well. It was comfortable in there. This is that free soldier tarp that I had bought. I used it as a ground cover because it does get damp out here because it's Florida. The tent's a little damp on the outside, but tent worked out really nicely. My sleeping pad in there. You guys are getting a full-blown tour of the Casa de Straight Edge Knives right now. So let's get this bad boy open. So come in here. I got some grass in here. Here's where I was sleeping. That's the sleeping pad. This little warm weather sleeping bag actually worked out pretty nice. Definitely do not use it in anything less than 50 degrees though, because it will not keep you warm if it gets any colder than that. It got down to about 55 last night and it was comfortable enough, but you could definitely tell that if it got any colder, you would have some issues. So that actually went very well last night. The Coast RL35 headlamp was a game changer last night. Again, I didn't get a lot of footage of that last night because we were busy trying to get set up, and it was getting late. It was like I didn't get to bed until like 12:30, so that was that. But what we're gonna do right now is I have not had anything to drink yet this morning. I think it's time to go see if we can't figure out how to use this grill with this nesting cup. Well, actually, I don't think we need the nesting cup right now. We're going to use that for... Maybe we do need it. Yes. I'm trying to think because I got to boil my water. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it with me. I'll fill the nesting cup with water and then I'll do another press just to have water in my bottle. So like I was telling you guys, there is a little lake thing over here. I haven't been to it yet, so I don't even know if I can get down to the water's edge to scoop out water. I don't know. They might say there's raw sewage in it. I don't know. Probably not though. There's a damn good chance there could be gators in this water too, so I don't know. It's campground. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. I don't know. Florida's got a reputation for being wild, right? So let's see here. Let's flip this around so you guys can see this nice little lake or pond. So there you go. What is this? All fishing is catch and release. All right. That sounds legit. So, is there a way I can get down to this water without falling into said water? Let's check this out. Walk around here. Yeah, they've got a few ill areas. Also, definitely has some fish and stuff in there. Now, is this considered brackish water? Let me go check out this other side over here. Check this out, everybody. walking over here, just notice this. Look at all of these little grasshopper like bugs. Look at this, all the way down here. Wild. Okay, still trying to find a spot that I can get down here to the water without getting my feet wet. Let's go keep looking. This water's pretty brackish, and GeoPress specifically says not to use brackish water. All right, everybody. Hey, I went and verified that it's fresh water. It's not brackish water, okay? And I'm you know, what's weird is I'm a little hesitant to do this. And I think and maybe that's one of the things when it comes to surviving or survival stuff, is we got to get over these mental roadblocks that have been put in place for us for years. Like, they always tell you don't drink out of a lake or whatever, you get sick and this and that. And even though I have a means to purify it, it's still a little tricky to want to do this. You know, I think that, I mean, I'm seeing tadpoles swimming around in here, and there's vegetation and stuff, and it's a mental game, I think. So, I mean, I guess if you were really super thirsty, you wouldn't care and you would just drink it. But I know I have fresh water over there I can get out of a water bottle, out of a plastic bottle, or the tap thing over there, you know. But I said I wanted to get my water from here and try this GeoPress out, and that's what we're gonna do, guys. So let me set this down somewhere the camera ain't gonna fall. You guys can see me. So obviously here's the cup, the nesting cup. We're gonna set this down right here because we're gonna fill this up with water. So take this out. Oh, sorry, I forgot I stored a bunch of liquid IV packs in the cup here for the travel over. Take those out. Show those in the old pocket. Those might come in handy later, depending on how dehydrated we get. And what's nice is there is a silicone one-way valve in here that allows you to use drink mixes in the cup as well, so it doesn't get back and cross-contaminate. But we are going to screw this cap back on. We'll set that in the nesting cup for right now so I can concentrate on not falling in the water. So one of the issues I'm coming into right now is I'm trying to get the water. I have a lot of grass coming into the cup as well, which we don't want, which a pre-filter would be nice. So you guys can see down in here in the cup, hopefully you see all that kind of grass and stuff floating around in there. See, that is definitely not going to be conducive to keeping this filter up and running for as long as it should. So this is one of those things where I should actually come up with like a pre-filter system, right? You know what? And I think we're gonna do that. I'm gonna go get my my neck gaiter towel, and we're gonna do that. We're actually gonna put a little pre-filter over this to help stop some of that. So stand by while I go grab that. All right, guys. So I have this, you know, what do they call these, shamogs or something. I'm gonna be able to put this over the top of the cup, still get water in it, but filter out some of that grass and stuff that we don't want really clogging up that filter. Because if it's a long-term situation, I'm thinking you're gonna need to make this filter last as long as possible. This filter is supposed to do up to 350 presses, or about 65 gallons of water. So we don't want to hinder ourselves, especially in a really long-term situation. So got this wrapped over the top. Come down here. All right. What bad part was, couldn't tell that was to the fill line. Pretty much to the fill line. But what's nice is there's hardly any of that debris in here now. So let's get our first press here. Solid ground. Put this in. Lid is capped. I'll twist it just a little bit. And let's press. Yep, filtering through. And just like that, we got filtered water. You guys seen that? Doesn't smell weird. Cheers, guys. First drink of filtered Everglades pond water. Not bad. I mean, is it the bottled water you get at the store? No, but seems fine. So let's pour this one into here. This is what we're going to boil for our breakfast. And we are going to cap this. Let's take this out, see what it looks like in here. Oh, there's a little bit left there at the bottom. Oh, almost cross-contaminated my clean water. So now the problem is where do I put this at while I do this? Interesting. Okay. Well, it's going to get filtered, so we can just set that right there. All right, we're going to put this towel back over. Do this one more time. Actually, probably need some more water in there, but let's do this. Actually worked really good getting a lot of that sediment or grass and stuff out of the from getting into the cup. So let's put this back in, twist that cap a little bit. Let's do our second press. Oh, just shot water all over myself. Pressing, it's filtering. Nice. And there we go. Our second geopress of water. I'm going to top off this nesting cup because we're going to boil that up for some breakfast. And now I still got half this thing full of water to drink. This is pretty cool, guys. All right, we'll find out for sure if it works if you see me run to the bathroom later. All right, guys, let's go cook some breakfast. Oh, all right, everybody. We're over here. We're about to bust out this camp stove that I bought. So let's crack this thing open real quick. So that's that propane adapter I kind of showed you guys in the very first video where I was packing everything up. Well, let's get this thing out. So comes in this nice little orange case. Works out nicely. Packed up nicely, traveled fine. Here's the stove itself. Here's the line. So we're going to open up these legs. This isn't going to be like a full tutorial. This is just going to be all, we're getting it out here for the first time. Busting it out, trying it, seeing if it works or not. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna have to start a fire and boil my water that way. So this is the isobutane. This will screw onto here like so. Oh, leaked out a little. As soon as I got into that, it kind of came out a little bit. Make sure it's nice and snug. That's over there. So we got the little piezo igniter. Let's see. Let's turn this. Okay, so you heard that hissing? Yeah, works good. So, whoa, that thing's like a little jet. I don't think we need jet mode on. So, I'm gonna open up these handles here. I'm gonna just set this right on top. Like so. And we're gonna let this boil. So once we get it up to a boil, we'll come back and I'll show you how I make the peak breakfast food. Let you know how that goes. Ooh. All right, everybody. Hey, check this out, guys. We got ourselves a rolling, almost too much of a boil here. So yeah, that stove definitely works. Let's turn this down a little bit. So we got ourselves a nice rolling boil to make our breakfast. So let's set this down right here. We're going to turn this off. So we're going to make breakfast, guys. And today we are going to be eating the Peak Refuel breakfast skillet. This is egg, sausage, potatoes, and peppers. So this is what we're eating today. These are pretty nice because you just open the pack and pour the water in, right? So you open the pouch, add 1 cup, 8 ounces of boiling water, stir well, zip pouch close, and let it stand for 10 minutes, and then open and eat. So let's open this up. You guys get a look at that. Oh, make sure you take that out. Right, Walter, we don't need to be eating the oxygenator. I do have my nice long titanium spoon that I got. The handles on this Pathfinder cup aren't hot, so I can still pick this up even though I had a rolling boil. So let's eyeball this. That's about 8 ounces of water. Stir this up. Seal it up and wait 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
That's what it says. It says 10 minutes, Walter. Stir well, zip pouch close, and let it stand for 10 minutes. Open and eat it right out of the package. Have you tried these?
That one, no.
No? We had the Mountain House?
I have
or the
several
ready
MREs.
MREs? Oh, okay. These are supposed to be the better tasting out of these freeze-dried packages. It's got 30, this one's got 31 grams of protein in it.
That's good.
And then it's got, there's supposed to be 2 servings in here.
I guess just one for us.
Yeah, one for us. Yeah, pretty much. But it's supposed to be calorie.
When you read that, right?
Yeah.
3 servings. What?
Yeah. 3.
Me?
Not in America. No. Not.
I can eat that by myself.
So we're gonna let that stand for 10 minutes.
Yeah, and that's for seconds.
Yeah, that's asked for seconds for sure. You know what? I still got. Do you need any boil? You need any water? Or are you good? You got?
Oh, it's about to boil.
I think that's. You know, I'm gonna say that. Cool. We'll come back and we'll have some breakfast. All right, guys. Real quick, I still got hot water left, so let's make some Death Wish coffee. All right, this is an instant coffee pack. I've never had it. Let's try it out. Crack this open. Skeeter. Sucker's trying to go in my ear, Walter. Pour this in here. Still got some dried egg and stuff on my spoon, but that's okay. We're camping. Stir it up. You know what? I had 20 ounces of water in here, and I thought it was going to be too much, but it looks like it's.
Give me some more.
No, it actually looks like it looks all right. It doesn't look light. Actually, I think it's going to work good. So, hot. Worked out pretty good. So one package of Death Wish coffee will work in 20 ounces of water. We're out here having breakfast for the survival class, and I'm trying out this Peak refuel. This is the egg, sausage, and potatoes. This is actually pretty damn good. I was really thoroughly surprised. Just put the boiling water in there, seal it up. Came out really good. I'm not a sponsor for this, by the way. I just thought it was cool, it worked, and it tasted good. But you know, Peak, if you want to sponsor me, I'm down, bro. So anyway, stuff's pretty good, guys. I would definitely give this a shot if you're going backpacking, hiking, things like that. This is, at least this one is, and all of my meals this week are going to be Peak ones because I bought a bunch of different ones to try. So stay tuned. I'll tell you.
You know, my name is Walter Matthews, but it doesn't matter. I was born and raised in Chile, so my main language is Spanish. I'll do my best. If for some reason, because of my accent, you miss something, don't hesitate and let me know. I'll do my best to try myself to understand, okay? Survival 1, first response. This is the name of the class, but actually we will be learning some other things that belongs to other levels because we have a good chance with that little pond that you saw already, okay? This is our agenda, general. That's what we're doing right now. General instructions. This is the, I wanted that campsite on the other side, more shady, but this one is actually very good because we have a lot of space and we can conduct right here the class of signaling. So it's really good. And I set everything this up. Thank you very much, Scott and Jason, for helping me out. So we're gonna be good. So myself, you have, you know some about me already, so I'm not going any further on that. I served over 21 years in the Chilean Marines. I'm a S.E.R.E instructor. S.E.R.E stands for Survival, Evasion, Resistance, and Escape. It's the military survival. But many years ago, I realized that in the military, the main thing we do is pretty much resistance and resilience. But primitive skills, we don't know that much. And there's a reason for that. It's because in a tactical situation, we don't have time to ignite fire, and actually fire is not our best friend in a tactical situation. It's really good to have fire. It keeps your morale high and everything, but it's not good in the tactical aspect. So that is the reason why in the military, whether they don't like to admit that, they don't handle very well primitive skills. And I decided many years ago to go that direction. And that is actually how I ended up designing for Condor, because they wanted someone that had tactical experience, but also the primitive skills area, and that's what I came up with all my designs. Okay. I've been working with National Security and Protection Services since 2017. It was my first attempt to be here in the U.S. Then I came back to Chile. It didn't work the work visa at that time. I was here for a year with a business visa. Then I came back, and my boss made another attempt. The owner of the company is Alvin Jack, the guy you pay the class, right? He's a veteran from the U.S. Army. He made 24 years in the U.S. Army. And years ago, I received an email from him asking me about my classes in Chile. And since I'm relatively well known around the world, and I thought, well, it's another guy that's telling me that he's coming down to Chile to take the class. And actually, he did. Right? He flew all the way down to Chile, and I set up a special training for him, and he ended up coming back to the U.S. And on his LinkedIn, he wrote, "Never even in service," and he's Ranger qualified, had a survival instructor like this Chilean Marine. And then he invited me to come here and to teach through National Air Security. And in 2019, actually, we made another attempt for a working visa, and this worked out that time, and here I am, right? We have 2 days, day 1 and 2, not that much details like I told you guys the other day on the chat group, because we gotta be flexible. You see it's cloudy, so I will be teaching something, and if I see the sun is coming up, I'll run with you and to show you how to, for instance, make use the sun to find north, to orientate yourself. So right now you see that I put 10 a.m. sun, because that little gap of time I had, I was able to set up that vertical stick. You see that? Right there. Next to that, there's a little pine cone. That was my first mark at 10 a.m. Now there's no more sun. So we'll continue the class, and you will see the second cone, and I will teach you how to use that to orient yourself. So that was just an example. We had to be flexible. I will try to cover as much as I can today. So tomorrow it will be a shorter day, and we can leave hopefully by noon, right? And we will have our closing activities, certificates, if you earn them, all right? This is not everyone gets a trophy. It's not that way, all right? Yeah, I'm old school. Right? And we gotta take a photo group. Either way, we will take all photos you want. And what they gotta do in order to be safe and secure by themselves, or maybe as a group. And unfortunately, most of the cases don't end up very well. Every time I'm on TV, I tell them, all right, call me before this happened, before. Because it's too late. We are reacting. We got to be proactive, make the things happen the way we want.
Walter,
yeah.
How do most people in that, how do they die? Is it a fall? How rare is it to say starve to death?
All right. Yeah, I mean, starve to death is very unusual. But it happened. It's very usual. Most of the time, it's because they got wounded. They had serious injuries. They drink water that is contaminated, and then they dehydrate themselves because diarrhea. That's most of the cases. Once we get into the fire part, I will teach you something, guys, that is pretty much related on how people die, just because of they lost their willing to fight for, you know? They give up. Yeah, they give up, basically. All right, so this is the objective of the class. What happened with this? All right, there you go. So some definitions. This is sort of, and primitive skills, very, very, very important, okay? Primitive skills. It's knowledge that we got from our ancestors. And of course, it's pretty much related with bushcraft. But fling napping, for instance, is one of very important primitive skills that you can make out of a piece of, I don't know, could be silex or any volcanic glass, right? You can just carve that, do fling napping, and create a tool. Fishing spear fishing, sorry. Bow drill fire. Making fire out of nothing is a primitive skill. So remember I told you a long time ago, even being in the military, I decided to go through that direction, right? And I had a lot of issues because nobody wanted to recognize that we don't know that. But I guarantee in survival classes in military, most of the time, the instructor, all right, this is the bow drill fire, and that's it. They don't show you that. Or as much they do that, and they get some smoke, but actually I never saw in my life, military instructor, igniting from zero, from the landscape, fire, which is something I understand. I explained you already about the tactical situation, right? So, yeah, primitive skills, bow drill fire or friction fire is a very important skill. And of course, these skills can be applied to a survival situation. See? So we have already three concepts: survival, bushcraft, and primitive skills. And this is a new one, prepping. Have you heard about these guys? Yep. All right. A lot of people who likes to just prepare for everything. Most of the time are related with catastrophes or natural disasters. Last night we were talking around the fire about this. When I conduct a presentation for a group of people that is not really interested in this, like for instance, for team building and stuff like that, I have been hired to make a class or presentation. So sometimes I have people in the audience that they don't really care about it. So I start talking and I show a picture of my son, my older son. Now he's 16, but it's a picture of him when he was 1 year old, and he's sitting in his room just playing with his stuff. And say, "This is my son Ian when he was 1 year old." Blah blah blah. And people look at me and say, "Well, this bald guy not supposed to be talking about survival. Why he's showing us a picture of his son?" And then I make a click, and I show exactly the same room. Absolutely 100% destroyed by an earthquake and a tsunami. Our house was 60 yards from the shoreline in the south of Chile on February 27, no, what's January, February, I even forgot. Oh, February 27, 2010. So it was a huge earthquake and a tsunami. So it's the same room. So I click back and show those slides, and they ended up like this, you know? So the motto of the story is, you never know. In just 1 second, you can be in the prehistory. And I was prepared. What about you that you are not? So I got their attention and continued with my class. See? So it can happen to anyone. So preppers, most of the time,
Sun's out.
thank you, buddy. All right. What time is it?
10:32.
10:30. It's not that I don't like prepping, but I got to tell you that many preppers, they are just gear junkies. They collect stuff, but they never train. They never train. You got to train, buddy. You got to train.
I have all those stuff, but I want to use. I want to
Remember this sentence. Remember this sentence. Don't buy anything or any new gear until you learn and master what you already have. Maybe you won't buy anything else. Right? I know the gear is cool, but you got to be an expert on what you have. You can do way more things just with simple stuff than having a lot of stuff and never use it. Right? Okay, guys. You got it? 4 concepts. These 4 concepts got mixed usually, but it's not the same. But are related, and they can be used one on each other. Primitive skills, prepping helps you to survive. Why to learn? Remember this sign, the diagram of knowledge. So basic rules of survival, first aid, gear, psychology, priorities in survival, knots, many things. This is just few examples, what to eat, what not. Rules of 3. As in math, we have rules of 3 in survival too. Practice. How much should we practice?
That what to eat is important.
Oh yeah, we'll go over that.
Okay. Yeah.
How much we should practice? Remember this sentence I'm giving you. Amateurs train until they get it done right, which sounds pretty good. Professionals until they not get it done wrong. See the difference? So for instance, every time I'm making a barbecue, I try something. And my wife look at me and say, "This dude is crazy." I don't mind, all right? I don't mind. Because how many times you gonna keep doing that? Until I never get it done wrong. So if one day I figure out that I'm not skilled enough back again with boulder fire, guess what? I will practice that over and over until I get back to my 13 seconds ember. Pretty good, right? There's a video on that. I'm not lying. Actually, 15 seconds, I was lying. All right. The first thing we're gonna learn hands-on, beside of the sun stuff, is the first aid at remote areas, because it's something I need you guys.
Ready? All right, go. Remember, you got to roll out the person on the stretcher. Appreciate it. El otro lado, yo creo. De este lado. Ajá, pero ¿cómo se hace? ¿Cómo se hace?
Why is there blood on this halter? Sir, we're going to roll you over to your side.
All right, on the other side, right? That's correct. Good. So you will carry the person most of the time looking at the direction you're moving. Okay?
So we're going to keep him this way and walk that way? Or
Yeah. I
so
mean,
that way nobody's
Scott
walking
should be
backwards?
looking where you're going.
So
Okay.
you should be so he should be facing this direction. What? He should be facing this direction, or he.
No, I mean, no. If you're going that direction, all right, if you're carrying that part, you will be just be the one going there. So
I'm trying to
you
see.
should be looking the way you are going.
Okay.
So do I turn this way?
Yeah.
Okay.
¿Estás seguro?
I'll drop it, Scott.
Remember, squat. Good.
I'm about to stay this way.
Right. What?
40. Danny, be ready. Danny, be ready.
Think he's alive.
50.
Hold on, because right when she finishes, we will check if the person is breathing.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, 60.
He's breathing.
Are you breathing?
Breathing.
Are you breathing? Little Ann, talk to me. And then,
Breathing.
My wife's had to do this for like 3-4 minutes on old people. Like,
Megan has to do that with her job.
That's my point. Remember when I told you guys, if you start doing this, you got to be prepared to keep going. Keep going, keep going.
once you start, you don't stop. So you,
So, since we cannot be carrying a lot of stuff all the time, we will have this minimum. The name is the 5 C's. 5 C's because these 5 elements start with the letter C, so you can remember them easily. Okay? Another acronym. So it will be cover, cutting tool, combustion device, cordage, and container. Those will be the 5 C's. This will be the minimum, right? The minimum, remember. Every time you go outside, you have your minimum. So cover. Any kind of cover. Actually, I should have this one right here showing you, but you know we're using it actually, right? A cover.
it's providing cover.
Actually, it's doing that. You need something to protect yourself, to cover yourself. But the multifunctional concept is really important. As you can see, this guy is using this emergency blanket, but also can be used to carry stuff or to line over, you see, and to make a shelter. You see? Multifunction is a concept that is important. Cordage. What kind of cordage? What kind of cordage?
Rope.
Which one is the best cordage? You saw me. Which
The
one?
one you have?
Perfect. That's the survival mentality. Very good, Jason. The best knife, the best cordage is the one you have.
So shoelace.
Right? So keep that in mind because it helps you to be positive. It's another requirement for survival. Paracord. And this one is paracord. However, it's a technical name. You know this too. I'll give you more. Hold on. So, paracord is the commercial name, but comes actually the technical name is 550 cord. Why 550?
So it'll hold up to 550 pounds.
Because one of these simple cordages is what we use as paratroopers from our racers to the canopy. We will hang it from these, several of these. Just one of these, the one you have in your hand, can hold up to 550 pounds. 550 pounds. That's where the name comes from. 550 cord. 550 cord, so multifunction. For instance, every time I buy a pair of shoes, guess what? I replace my ties with 550 cord. And that's why I have black, green, tan, many colors, and my wife said, "This dude is crazy," right? Yeah, because, and actually I have used this several times. When I need cordage, let's say I need to make a fishing line, I will take off from my boots this this 550 cord that I'm using as my ties. I will take off the inner strands, and I will still be able to use the cover, the tongue part, to tie my boots. It's very resistant. It will be way more than enough to hold up your shoes, right? And the inner strands, you can use it just like that, but if you untwist those, depending on how many mini strands has that strand, you can have even more. Place to carry paracord, bracelet, a belt, your shoes. All right, the second C, container. Hopefully a metal one like this, right? Like the one Mr. Jason has also. You have one of Pathfinder's?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is also Pathfinder. Metal container. Why? Not only because it's more resistant, it's because you can boil your water right inside here if you need it. Okay? But if you have this one, it's good too. All gin. And I think I have the cup for that. Fits perfectly inside. Awesome.
Sure.
Try it out.
I have boiled water in Ziploc bags to cook spaghetti.
You can actually boil water in a plastic bag.
Yeah.
You can actually boil water in a wooden bowl. You can actually
As
boil
long as not
water
directly in the fire.
in the ground.
As long as you're not
Not
directly
in
on
this
the
level.
flame.
In the ground.
That's season 2?
Not in this level, all right? But yeah.
Okay,
you can
when
do
is
so.
that season?
It's easy, all right? The plastic one is really easy. As long as the bottle is not touching something that is
Directly in
burning
contact with the fire.
and that can,
Ignite?
yeah, I mean, they can just damage the plastic, it will boil. You can use this bottle, put it under the flame, hanging, and all right, the bottle will get twisted, you know, but it boils. Please don't come up with, oh, what about the plastic in your dude, you're trying to survive, right? Don't be that picky, right? Don't be that picky. Then don't drink water. Don't drink. That's it, right? If you need it, you can do it. It will work.
Burn everything?
So guys, container, right?
Yeah,
Remember,
actually,
container.
It's in my back.
And you can use your creativity to adapt things
Oh,
to
shit.
what
A
you want.
makeshift
You know?
twig stove.
This is the regular stuff for drying out your utensils. I look at that in a store and I remember my bottle. It fits perfectly. I just took a
Nice.
Dremel. All right, I have my stove. That's it.
Stove.
You know?
Save yourself 26 bucks. That's how much
Absolutely,
that costs
buddy.
on Amazon.
IKEA.
All right.
Damn it, now
So
I'm gonna make one.
container.
I was gonna
Remember,
buy one too.
container.
Yeah.
Which one is the best container?
The one that
The
I
one
have.
we
Very
have.
good. Cutting tool. Finally. Yay. Cutting tool. All right. So right. Cutting tool. Well, we're talking about the 5 C's. Remember? Okay. Knives. That one is actually this one of my own favorites, the Condor Bisonte. So full tank. But first of all, we'll talk about how many knives we should carry. We cannot have replicated every single one item in our gear. That will be way too much to pack. Remember the first picture I showed you with the big backpack? Right. Okay, so since we cannot do that, we still remember that there are some items we do want a backup. One of those items is cutting tool. So we will talk about minimum, the main and the secondary of backup. In this case, what I'm carrying today is my neck knife, the same is right there, and my main knife. So how do you choose that? What do you want the knife for? Right? What do you want the knife for? So let's say if you are a hunter and you don't do any bushcraft, remember what bushcraft is? What is bushcraft?
No sé.
To create things.
Out of the
With
landscape,
woods and
you
art.
carve your stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
bushcrafting, right? So if you are a bushcrafter, you need a kind of knife that is more resilient to that. And if you lose the sharpness of your knife, you can recover it easy. So that is why you choose a specific kind of steel. If you are a hunter or you do fishing and you don't cut any wood, you might need another kind. So in this case will be high carbon steel, alto contenido carbono, right? High carbon steel or stainless steel.
So which one do you use if you're a hunter versus not hunter?
Stainless steel is better for hunting and processing meat, your game, because you need to care about the maintenance of this one. It's a stainless steel. Can be wet, it doesn't matter. So what I like to do is have my main knife, because what I do mainly is bushcraft. I have this one, high carbon steel, and I have this one. It doesn't need to be a neck knife, right? It could be a folding blade. It could be a multi-tool, right? But have a backup. The secondary one is a stainless steel. So let's say that I need to cut a
Fish.
sausage because I'm eating something. I'll use that one. It doesn't mean I cannot use this one. I still can use this one. But this one needs more
Here.
maintenance because it's high carbon steel, meaning it get rusty easily compared with this one that it won't be rusty. Get it? So if you get your high carbon steel knife wet, don't sweat about it, just dry it out. Right? Dry it out. Make sure it is stored dry. If your sheath is wet, then take it off. If you're not using it, of course, in a safe area until the sheath is dry. Because if it's not okay to just dry out your knife and put it back in the sheath that is wet, make no sense. Right? Okay.
What you call it? How you pronounce it?
What?
Shift.
Sheath.
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 S-A-E-A-T-H.
S-H-E-A-T.
Sheath.
S-H-E-A-T-H.
T-H.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sheath. Right? So remember, in this case, I have this stainless steel backup knife and the main one, high carbon steel, because I like to do bushcraft. The carbon steel is more flexible, right? Still hard, but I mean, this one is harder, so it tends to break more. It's more breakable. This one is less. So therefore it's easy to resharp this one. So you can have a good retention of the edge, even if you're using it. But if you lose that retention, even in the landscape, you can resharp this easily compared with this one. This one should most of the time retain the sharpness for longer. But guess what? If you lose that sharpness, it will be more difficult for you to get it back sharp again. See my point? Less hard, harder material. You sure? Got it? All right. Types of edges. Basically, Scandi grind, hollow, flat saber. I'm sorry for the names. And convex. Right? Those are the main ones. Don't do this. You buy a new knife. You take it out of the box. You just I don't know. Just carve a little bit on this, and you are to the sharpening stone. Don't do that. The knife, believe me, the knife can make it way longer than that. So a good tip for anyone who likes the bushcraft and outdoors is to have a leather belt. So you can use your leather belt just to adjust the knife after using it. You don't need to get back or get the knife to the sharpening stone. You will most of the time destroy that edge. Right? So remember, knife, use it, and then if you need it, just go to the belt softly.
Drop
That's
it.
And we'll recover. Right?